Here's the Miami Dolphins draft picks for the next 3 years. You ready? Yes or no?
Oh, very ready.
2021. That's this draft coming up.
Mm-hmm.
First round pick number 6 via Philadelphia. Their own first round pick, which is 18th. The 36th pick, the 50th pick.
And that 36th pick is courtesy of Houston. That's still the Laramie Tunsil trade.
Yeah.
The trade that keeps on giving.
And the third round. So this year coming up, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a third-round pick.
Yes.
2022. First, second, 2 thirds.
And by the way, their first next year was traded away. So the 2 firsts that they have aren't even theirs. It's reliant on other teams struggling. And as we saw with the Houston Texans, another team struggling could give you the third pick in the NFL draft.
And 2023, 2 first-round picks, a second, and a third. So in the next 3 years, now because we talk about draft capital, and that's what the Jets have always had the stranglehold on, not anymore. Over the next 3 years, the Miami Dolphins have 5 first-round picks, 4 second-round picks, and 4 third-round picks. Yahtzee.
Yeah.
The Jets just lost to Deshaun Watson if they wanted.
Hold on. There's a couple of things.
Thanks for
things
coming.
here.
Good to see you.
It's not as
Pay
simple.
your attendant on the way out.
No, it's not as simple as that. Number one, while they have more draft picks, the New York Jets pick number 2 in the draft. That matters. There's a value to that. If you don't believe there's a value to that, look at the trades that were made. Look at what was given up to jump up in the NFL draft. Yeah. That's number one. Number 2, if they don't trade for Deshaun Watson.
It's done, dude.
If they don't trade for Deshaun Watson.
Let's just say it's over. It's over.
Look, they've always been one of the favorites, Craig. I'm not denying that.
They're not just the favorites. They're on an island by themselves.
The New York Jets can still make a very, very good offer, especially if the Houston Texans value Zach Wilson.
It's over, guys. Wrap it up. Tell the band to go home. Put away the Quesalupa girl on the motorcycle. It's over.
Well, hold on a second.
Deshaun Watson's a Miami Dolphin.
Why did they make these trades today?
I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
Why did they make the trade today?
What did they? They got an extra first-round pick and an extra
third.
Third, yeah.
Why did they make the trade today?
Well,
they made 2 of them. Why?
They have an extra first-round pick.
No. Long view.
Oh.
Why did they make the trade today?
Draft capital to trade for Deshaun Watson.
Okay, so they have been talking to the Houston Texans.
There's no doubt in my mind that.
Oh, okay, let's just stay with me here. Follow the bouncing ball, as you would say. And the Houston Texans said, look, if you want to make this deal, we want an extra first-round pick. Go make that happen. Dance for me. And, oh, by the way, we want one of the first-round picks this year to be in the top 10. We don't want to be out of the top 10.
All right.
No, is that what happened? If you believe it's all about Deshaun Watson.
It is.
Were they told by the Texans this is the kind of package
we
need?
You know I can't answer that question, Evan Roberts.
But Craig Carton, they just had the 3rd pick in the NFL draft. A premium slot.
Yeah.
Why did they move back? I'm not criticizing them. Basically, the Dolphins and Chris Greer turned Laramie Tunsil into 85 first-round picks. It's one of the most brilliant moves you'll ever see.
Well, they went from 3 to 6 is what they did.
Well, no.
So
I'm talking about Laramie Tunsil. They traded him for if you look at what has ended up happening, follow this bouncy ball. From the Texan trade initially to all of this, they turned Laramie Tunsil, who's a good offensive lineman but was most known for doing drugs to a gas mask.
Right.
They turned him into 500 first-round picks.
It was a Halloween party. I give the guy a bit of a break on that one.
I'm giving him a break.
In any event, listen, it's over.
What's over?
Frankly, the next 10 years of Jets football.
Well, that's another story.
Like, we got Josh Allen. They're pretty good. Now we got Deshaun Watson, top 5 quarterback in the league.
It's not done yet, but okay.
Patriots are always the Patriots. I mean, they won 7 games last year, and they sucked, right?
Right.
So, what are we doing? It's over.
Battling for wild card spots. That's what you're doing.
It's over.
Dude, if they end up with Deshaun Watson, the Miami Dolphins, what?
It's over.
If the Dolphins end up with Deshaun Watson, I agree. This is a very daunting division for the next decade.
It's a decade.
I don't disagree with you.
I just want to make this clear. If you're a diehard Jet fan, and maybe you didn't see the trades earlier today, the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers and then Eagles made significant moves today, swapping first-round draft picks, adding draft picks, blah, blah, blah. Draft picks. Here's the result. If the New York Jets stay where they're currently at, ideology-wise, which is we don't want Deshaun Watson, having nothing to do with the nonsense. They don't want him. They want Wilson.
Zach Wilson, yes.
Zach Wilson. What we've essentially just signed up for, because how can we expect Zach Wilson to be better than Deshaun Watson in the next few years? We can't. That's not,
unlikely, I admit.
It's not reasonable.
I admit it's unlikely.
Let's be reasonable. For the next 3 years minimum, we're a joke. A joke. Probably another decade without an AFC East title, without a real shot at going to the Super Bowl. We're done. Like, Deshaun Watson, he's going to play football this year. Believe that. He could have gone to any other division. It wouldn't have hurt us that badly. Conference, okay, but we're not there yet anyway. He's going to the Dolphins.
He may go to the Dolphins. He ain't been traded there yet.
Pack it up.
It hasn't happened. Now, I'll admit, and I've said this to you for months, this isn't new today, part of going after Deshaun Watson and part of the fear of not getting him is he ends up with Miami, and you're involved in a division that features not just a Dolphin roster that had a pretty good year this past year with a very iffy quarterback situation.
Yeah.
But now you're adding Deshaun Watson and a head coach I firmly believe in Brian Flores, but a Buffalo Bill team that's clearly legit, and a Patriot team that is still coached by the greatest head coach in the history of football. I agree with the daunting task that's involved.
Yeah.
And it sucks. A part of why Deshaun Watson not being a Jet sucks is the likelihood, it is not done, the likelihood of him ending up in Miami.
He's going to Miami. It's what we call a wrap.
Are you just bracing yourself to make yourself feel better for when he is traded to Miami? Is that the strategy here?
I believe it's done.
It's not done.
I think I told you by April 9th, he's going to be wearing the teal and orange.
What if they love Tua? What if
They
they're
don't.
thinking
Why would you
here,
love Tua? What did he show you?
What if they're thinking, hey, we added another first-round pick. We go to 6. We're going to take a wide receiver, whether it's Jalen Waddle or whomever, and we are putting as many pieces around Tua as we possibly can. And now we've got all these lottery tickets, even as we're competing for playoff spots. That's possible. And by the way, Craig, that's daunting too. That's pretty intimidating as well. When you talk about what the Dolphins are going to look like for the next 5 years.
If you're a diehard Jet fan, this is the reality of today. Pack it up. Pack it up. Get the box. Pack it up.
Pack what up?
Pack it up.
Are you new to being a sports fan? We don't pack anything up.
Pack it up. The hopes, the dreams, the promises. We flirted with it. By the way, the last 2 months were fun.
I mean, there was some moments.
When we thought, hey, maybe we get our franchise quarterback. Pack it up. Mm-hmm. Get that Mo Lewis jersey of yours. Put it in the box.
What kind of person do you think I am? What kind of person do you think Jet fans are? We have been punished for decades. We've been horrific for a decade. Haven't won a championship in my lifetime, in your lifetime. Don't act like today and what may be coming, which it very well may, by the way. And like I said with the Dolphins, either way, whether it's Deshaun or not, it's a daunting task. Why act like we as Jet fans would ever give anything up? We know who we are. We don't pack anything up. I don't put my Mo Lewis jersey away.
You're going to hear Jet fans right now.
What the hell's wrong with you?
You can hear them. The boxes are out.
Stop it.
They're packing it up.
The boxes.
The next 10 years are going to suck. 877-337-6666.
Does it mean that you're going to now open up a brand new church?
No, I would never do that. I'm a Jet fan for life.
Jet fans for Giants? Oh, you're a Jet fan for life? I just heard you say pack it up.
I'm a Jet fan for life, Evan. That's right.
Aren't you opening up boxes and putting stuff in it? What's going in the boxes, Craig?
I don't know what I'm putting in the box, but something's going in the box. I might climb inside the box, pack myself up, and put myself away.
Mail yourself to Miami.
Thinking about it.
Just go down there. The weather's beautiful, right?
Oh, it is so nice down there.
The taxes aren't as high.
No state income tax. That's right.
And their football team seems... Actually, they got a couple of football teams down there. They got Trevor Lawrence, the Super Bowl champions, and according to you, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson's going to be a Dolphin. I could see it happening by next Friday. But I gave myself the wiggle room of an extra week, and it's going to be by April 9th. It could happen by next Friday.
God,
but here's the good news.
I pray.
When Deshaun Watson signs with the Dolphins or is traded to the Dolphins, we'll be knee-deep in baseball. So we'll be okay.
I pray to the football gods who are listening.
Yeah.
I just have to have a chat with them real quick. I pray to you. Please send Deshaun Watson to Carolina.
877.
I would do anything to see your reaction, number one, but more importantly than that, the sweet feeling of knowing he's not in the division. Not that this division is going to get any easier, because the AFC East is loaded, and that doesn't include the Jets. But dear football gods, Carolina is on my mind. When they went back to 12 and then jumped up to 6, that was my thought, that 6 is kind of that perfect spot to either get the best wide receiver in the draft, assuming Cincy doesn't take it, or the second best wide receiver in the draft. And that would be important in a full year of Tua.
Dude, you have to remember this. They've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. They've got 13 picks in the first 3 rounds in the next 3 years. So even if they trade all the number ones and Tua, you now have a top 5 quarterback in the league, and you still have 5 second-round picks and 4 third-round picks. You're going to get talent.
You're not wrong entirely. I just see it as the way that Greer has done things specifically is that they're going to ride with Tua this year, and they have those picks that if they realize this year he ain't it, that they will be able to go in the draft next year or the year after.
Yeah, but then you're just following the same Jet manuscript, and that doesn't work.
Yeah, but they're not the Jets. They're far, far, far along in this process. They're not the Jets. And look, ask yourself this question, because this offseason's been different because there's been the shadow of Deshaun Watson's available.
Yeah.
If Deshaun Watson wasn't available, if no elite-level quarterbacks were available, are the Miami Dolphins doing what they did today? And I think our last caller brings up a very fair point on why the answer is yes. Why they would say, wow, we've got all these great assets from the Laramie Tunsil trade. We can turn it into even more great assets. We're riding with Tua. We're putting weapons around Tua.
Yeah.
And if things explode, and when it comes to quarterbacks, you make a decision within the first 3 years. They are in position, as he points out, to say, okay, let's pivot. Let's go try again to find our franchise quarterback.
But if the whole idea that we all agree on is that the quarterback's the most important guy on the field, why would you take the risk?
I wouldn't.
When you could go get the guy you know.
Craig, here's the difference.
That is a risk.
I'm the GM of the Miami Dolphins.
If you stay with Tua, you're taking a risk.
I agree. Dude, if I'm
wouldn't
the
do
GM
that.
of the Miami Dolphins, I would trade for Deshaun Watson.
You're damn right you would.
I'm just laying out the aspects of why this may not all lead to them trading for Deshaun Watson and why it could still make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
But to me, if I'm the Jets or the Dolphins in completely different situations, completely different, I would trade for Deshaun Watson. That's my opinion if I ran the Jets or Dolphins, but I can see what Miami's thinking and what Greer is thinking if he doesn't trade for Deshaun Watson.
I mean, listen, I can't.
Dude, he just turned. Okay.
I understand.
Hold on
I
a second.
get it all.
They're picking
It's just
third.
asinine to me.
But wait a second.
The only excuse for the Jets or the Dolphins, because I view them very similar in this regard, is if you said, we're just not getting into bed with this guy until all the sexual stuff's cleared up.
What if you believe
But I haven't heard either one of them say that.
What if it's not that? What if you believe in the quarterback you have? What if they believe in Tua?
Then we need a new GM.
Come on, Tua played 6 games, bro.
Did you-
I'm not high on him. But you're going to define him after a handful of games.
I've got Deshaun Watson
I agree
sitting
with
there.
you. Dude, I'm not arguing with you in that I disagree with you. Yeah. I'm arguing the point that you're giving up on a quarterback after 6 games. And you wouldn't normally do that.
I don't view it that way.
No, but I'm saying to you, what if
I'm
they
not giving up
Tua?
on him. I'm going to get a guy at 25 that I know something about.
Again, I agree with you.
Tua could become great. He still may not be as good as Deshaun Watson.
What if deep in Brian Flores' soul he says, this is my guy, he's going to be a star? Would you still make that trade?
The one they did today?
No.
Or you
the
mean
trade
for
Deshaun Watson. If you have a guy who doesn't make a lot of money yet, you're loaded with draft capital, and you think you have your quarterback, you're going to stick with the guy you think he was your quarterback.
Listen, it's a hypothetical. Obviously, I can't answer it. But I don't know what in the world they would have seen in Miami to make them think that Tua is a rock star.
Well, what they would
I just don't know what the hell it is.
Here's what you got to keep in mind, man. The guy played 8 or 9 games. He was coming off an injury. and he wasn't that bad.
That to me is a lousy answer.
Why?
Because my franchise quarterback better be a lot better than not that bad.
Dude, he was a rookie coming
follow
off
me?
a massive injury. How many wins did he have in the 9 games
Not
he started?
that bad.
No, but think about that. The guy won 6 of 9 games. Like, he wasn't terrible. And I know you're going to use that against me. That's not what I want. He's a 22-year-old quarterback coming off a major hip injury.
Jet fans, come down to MetLife Stadium and see the quarterback that's not that bad.
Stop.
Buy your tickets now. Our starting quarterback wasn't that bad.
He wasn't. He wasn't. And he was coming off a major hip
Hey,
injury.
Jet fans, it's a quarterback-driven league. Make sure you buy your tickets now to see the quarterback who wasn't that bad. Ugh. That's what you get.
I
You get
would
an ugh.
trade for Deshaun Watson. Yeah. I would do it if I'm the Miami Dolphins. I'm just telling you why I would look at today and jump to the conclusion 1,000% they're going all in on Deshaun Watson. You may be right. And I've said to you since the beginning, Craig, what have I said? He'll end up with the Jets or Dolphins. I agree they have the capital to get it done.
They do now,
I'm not
for
telling
sure.
you you're going to be wrong, though I do know in a week and a half, if the Dolphins trade for Deshaun Watson, here's what this show will sound like. I told you, Evan. I told you.
It's over.
What's over?
It's
What is over? What is over? They haven't traded for him yet. It hasn't happened. It hasn't. It may happen.
It's over.
It hasn't happened. I don't live in this world of assuming it's going to happen. I'm not doing it. I won't do it.
Remember those net winds that were blowing yesterday? Remember the whisper in the winds?
The net wins?
Desperate.
Yeah, that was BS too. I'm not
The
desperate.
winds are blowing again.
Oh, I'm desperate again?
No, I mean, there's a lot of desperation out there.
Okay.
I mean, which is embarrassing. But no, the winds are blowing. It's over. It's over. What, hey, maybe Tommy Big Mac can help us out with this. If you had a guess right now, and I want to try to divorce this conversation from the one we were just having.
Okay.
What American city today do you think could appropriately and properly welcome in an NFL franchise? What city would it be?
What city that doesn't have an NFL
Yeah,
franchise?
like what
Right.
major NFL city do you think could successfully host and have an NFL franchise?
What NFL city can host
I'm
an
sorry,
NFL
not
franchise?
NFL city.
Okay.
What American city?
What
Pardon me.
non-NFL city? I'll clean it up for you.
Yeah.
What American city, not in the National Football
Right.
League, could host a National Football
Yes.
League team? It's an easy answer, Bob. You want the answer?
Well, don't say Long Island.
I
And
didn't say
don't
that.
say New York.
I didn't say either. Do you want the answer?
Well, didn't I just ask the question?
So you want the answer?
So clearly I'm looking for an answer.
Okay, the answer is San Diego.
San Diego.
Yes.
How'd they do the first time around?
They
Exactly.
did fine the first time. The douche owner was the one who said, I got to go to L.A. You're wrong. They were fine.
What about St. Louis then?
Does St. Louis currently have an NFL team?
They
Does
do not.
Major city, St. Louis. How are they with the Rams?
They were
not
good.
bad.
They were
How are they
fine.
with the Cardinals? They're fine, right?
Yeah, they're okay. St. Louis is a good answer. It's fine. Former NFL cities getting back in.
Yeah.
I got another one for you.
Go ahead.
It's a little out of the box. I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
say it, though.
Yeah.
Honolulu, Hawaii.
I was thinking of Hawaii, but I don't think Hawaii could actually put
Yeah.
60,000 in every game. I don't think they could.
Not only that, but it's unfair to the division.
I mean, travel-wise?
Travel's crazy.
Wah.
I'm not worried about the travel so much, but
You
I
got to
don't
travel
think,
to Hawaii once a year.
even if you built the 60,000 seat stadium, which you'd want to build an 80,000
They
seat.
send teams to London, pal.
Like how
Not
many?
the same teams every time.
How many seats is Vegas? Is it 80,000?
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a ton.
yeah.
It's
huge.
full-fledged,
It's
legit?
huge.
So you got to build an 80,000 seat stadium and figure that you can sell it out. Now let's come back full circle.
Okay.
Why did I ask you
I
that
have
question?
no idea why you asked that question. I'm kind of curious. What? What are
You know
looking
what's
at?
going to happen.
I have no idea what's
He
going to
knows.
happen.
Tommy knows where I'm going.
Oh, I do.
Tommy
You do?
figured it out.
I think I have
I
a fe-
figured
I
it
think I have
out.
a feeling.
Big
too.
Mac figured it
Yeah,
out.
I
I
feel
put
too.
2 and 2.
I am-
Even look, Dumb and Dumber figured
I
it
have
out.
no
That's bad.
idea
And
why
you
you're-
don't know where I'm going.
I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea why. Is this related to our previous discussion?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's related to
I
Deshaun
wanted
Watson?
to divorce it so that we
It's a-
could
all right.
first find the cities that could actually be home to an NFL franchise.
Yeah, I really have no idea. No, I have no idea where you're going.
Bye-bye Jets.
What do you mean bye-bye Jets?
Bye-bye Jets.
Shut your face.
Bye-bye Jets.
Bye-bye Jets.
Bye-bye Jets.
What the hell does that even mean, bye-bye
That means
Jets?
that bye-bye Jets.
Bye-bye to Jets to what?
To
San
St. Louis,
Oh,
San Diego,
stop it.
or Honolulu.
Don't embarrass yourself.
Why?
Because we put
Played from a business
80,000 people in MetLife Stadium. We have a passionate fan base. And oh, by the way, you may not have realized this. They play in the biggest media market in the country.
What does that mean?
What
That
does it mean?
Doesn't do anything
it's
for them.
New York City. They make
Yeah.
a fortune off living here and playing
If
here.
you're Woody Johnson and the check is right, bye-bye Jets.
Now, Woody Johnson did flirt with Los Angeles for about 30 seconds.
Bye-bye Jets.
They're not bye-buying anything.
Why
Shut your
not?
face.
Fan base hates the owner, right?
Well, bye-bye Knicks then, if we're going based on that.
No, the
Why?
Knicks are royalty
They can't
there.
win, and fans hate their owner. Why wouldn't you just pull that same garbage?
St. Louis wants an NFL franchise back. For all I know,
Good.
they've been guaranteed
Good.
one.
You know what they can get? Trevor
Jacksonville.
Lawrence and the Jacksonville
there you go.
Jaguars.
Sure.
Give them.
Sure. Throw
them-
Jacksonville at
Hey,
him.
why don't you give them the Dolphins? They can't sell out games. No joke.
I
Why
don't
don't you
think
give them the
Steve
Dolphins?
Ross is looking to sell.
Yeah,
I
go
think he's
move-
quite content.
Go move to San Diego or St. Louis.
Yeah.
The Jets ain't going anywhere.
Why?
Stop.
But play it out
Why?
plausibly.
I mean, why? You want me to
Why?
give you a list of an
Give me
hour
5
worth
reasons.
of reasons?
Yeah.
Because it
From
makes
the
no
owner's
sense.
standpoint.
Why? Because
Yeah.
they have a football stadium that they own along with
They
the Mariners.
co-own it. It's not theirs.
They co-own which was their choice. If they wanted to, now they tried the West Side Stadium. They could have tried a stadium in Queens or a stadium on Long Island.
They're a football team that does not have their own stadium.
They should move there, by the way.
Okay.
That's the answer.
What's
They
that?
should move to Queens or Long Island. Now, if you say bye-bye Jets to Jersey, I'm with you. In fact, I'll get that bullhorn out and start screaming it with you.
Well, they're already in Jersey.
No, bye-bye Jersey.
Oh,
and
you said
move to
bye-bye Jets to Jersey. My
yes,
bad. My bad.
and go to Long Island or go to Queens where their fans are. Like Jet fans, not all of them, but a majority of them
Yeah.
are from Long Island and Queens.
I
They should be
think-
playing right next to the Mets in Queens.
These off-season decisions may have a long-lasting, franchise-defining ripple effect.
Yeah, because Zach Wilson's either going to be a franchise quarterback or not.
Yeah.
And Joe Douglas will either be hired and fired. But you shut your mouth and never suggest anything as just ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
Lunacy.
It's a business
as
move.
suggesting that the New York Jets would move anywhere.
Michael, it's business. It's not personal.
It's not business. It's stupid business.
It's why would it be
Leaving
stupid?
New York to go to St. Louis
Why?
is stupid business.
You don't think there's a group of St. Louis businessmen that would give Woody Johnson $2.5 billion for the Jets?
You think the National Football League would want one less team in the number one media market in the country?
Well, don't forget this. When a new team comes in, every owner gets a little piece of the pie.
Exactly.
Right?
Expand.
So that's one way to go.
Expansion.
Yeah, but they're not ready for expansion. No one would support expansion now. So, money's money, right?
There's a better chance of the Dolphins moving than the Jets moving.
No shot to
There's
Dolphins
a better
move.
chance of the Jaguars
Dolphins
moving.
have their own stadium.
The Jets have a stadium they co-own with the New York Giants.
They do not own their own stadium.
They built it with John
Right.
Mara and the Giants.
They built a $1.2 billion dump.
And what's their lead? I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. See, this is one of those cases. You say something I completely disagree with, and you throw in a couple of nuggets that I just
I shouldn't
love.
say dump, but
It's a
for
dump.
$1.2 billion, they could have
It's
done a lot better.
No, Craig, don't edit yourself. It's a dump. It's a giant UFO that landed in New Jersey.
Yeah, well, that's happened before.
Has it?
A few times, yeah.
What have you been
You don't
told?
remember the big radio situation with Orson Welles?
Tell me more. Oh, no,
Tell me
Orson
more.
Welles. I know Orson Welles. I'm playing with
There
you.
was a UFO landing in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And it freaked everybody out.
Damn right it did.
That's exactly right.
Nobody can handle the truth.
So here the Jets have three choices, the way I see it. Choice number one, get Deshaun Watson, franchise quarterback for the next decade, maybe even longer than that, and maybe even compete for a Super Bowl. That's one. Choice number two, roll the dice that this Wilson kid out of BYU is the cat's meow and get lucky, because that's what it is for all teams. Get lucky in the draft and hope that you found yourself a legitimate franchise quarterback who leads you to the promised land of a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Or three, don't get Watson. Wilson doesn't pan out and be the same downtrodden, embarrassing joke of an NFL franchise and take that joke and bring it to a city that wants to embrace it. Which one of the three do you think is going to happen?
Well, okay, there's a fourth, And the fourth is be the
What's
same
that?
old Jets, which is drafting correctly, suck like we've seen for the last 10 years, hire an incompetent head coach, though I don't think Coach Salah's that.
Why go through
and
that
B,
anymore? Like, are we done with that?
We've been doing it for decades.
Yeah, like, I can't do it anymore.
Well, guess what?
And I tell you why. Because we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity right now to get it right. And if we're going to let one of our division rivals get it right, when we've got the goods to get it right, I'm not sure if I can swallow anymore Jet pain. I think it's enough.
Well, then you go
So either
move
get
to
it
St.
right-
Louis. You leave
I don't want to
then.
move to St. Louis.
Then you go root for a different team. Go have a fandom reveal with the Los Angeles Chargers.
Get
Don't
it
take
right.
the joy away from us.
Get it right or get out. That should be what it is.
No.
Oh, I'll give you a fourth option.
Yeah, you better.
Let me be fair.
Thank you.
Now that I've thought about this.
Well, I prefer the first two options,
and
by
how
the
much
way.
I love the New York Jets, because I do. There is a fourth option.
Yes.
And I think we should put one of those like change.org signing petitions
Oh, a
up.
petition?
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
think we need a change.org petition.
Right.
If the Jets don't get Watson and Wilson is a bust, he sells the team.
Well, I'm on. Dude.
How's that?
All
See,
you
I brought
got
it
to
all
do,
around.
if you find common ground with me, it'll work. But here's the problem with your point. It's a big problem. And this is true. And this is serious about this decision. It's kind of something I alluded to earlier. Let's say Zach Wilson's good. He's good. He's fine. He's okay. He's not Deshaun Watson.
Sell the team.
I mean, because that's the road you go down when you pass on trading for a franchise quarterback. And I'll do what you've said just to put it out there, assuming the accusations aren't true, assuming all of that.
Yeah.
If you don't trade for a franchise quarterback, the bar for the guy you draft at number 2 is higher than even normal. I mean, let's face it. He can't be good. He needs to be great.